Hey there, movie lovers. Welcome back to Rocky Watches Movies. Today we're peeling back the layers of one of the greatest neo-noir films ever made, Roman Polanski's 1974 masterpiece, Chinatown. This dark, twisting detective story is packed with unforgettable performances, razor-sharp dialogue, and an atmosphere thick with mystery and corruption. But beneath its iconic moments lies a treasure trove of behind-the-scenes drama, hidden details and fascinating trivia that even devoted fans might have missed. So pour yourself a stiff drink, follow the clues, and let's uncover 20 things you never knew about Chinatown. The film might never have been made had its screenwriter Robert Towne accepted a far more lucrative initial offer to adapt The Great Gatsby. He was offered $175,000 to write the screenplay, but he believed there was no way he could improve upon F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel. Instead, he opted to pursue an original idea, agreeing to write his own script for just $25,000. Released at a point when Jack Nicholson was at the height of his powers, the film featured a role that helped cement his reputation as one of the greatest actors of all time. His command of the character was no accident, as screenwriter Robert Towne had written the part of Gittes specifically with Nicholson in mind. Towne explained that he had drawn upon the more extreme aspects of Nicholson's self-admiring personality when shaping the character. Nicholson and Roman Polanski had long wanted to collaborate, and it was Nicholson who introduced him to the script. Producer Robert Evans also supported the choice, believing he would bring a distinctive perspective to the story. Although Chinatown unfolds as a dense and intricate film noir mystery, its story was rooted in real historical events. The corruption at the centre of the film was loosely inspired by the life of Irish immigrant William Mulholland. As superintendent and chief engineer of the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, Mulholland was a powerful and influential figure in Los Angeles during the early 20th century. There were parallels between Mulholland's life and Hollis Mulwray's fictional arc. The dam collapse referenced echoed the real-life St. Francis Dam disaster of the 12th of March 1928, a tragedy that claimed hundreds of lives and effectively brought Mulholland's career to an end. Although the role of Evelyn Mulwray ultimately went to Faye Dunaway, who delivered a fiercely committed performance, it was reportedly Jane Fonda for whom the part was originally written. Those early plans were disrupted, though, when producer Robert Evans decided the role would be ideal for his wife at the time, love story star Ali MacGraw. That direction then fell apart following Evans's divorce, after which Roman Polanski joined the project as director and gained significant influence over casting decisions. John Huston was best known as a film director rather than an actor, and he found it challenging to film his scenes, largely because he repeatedly struggled to pronounce the surname of Jack Nicholson's character, Jake Gittes. Ironically, it was Nicholson who might have been expected to falter, as he was acting opposite the father of his then partner, Angelica Huston. Despite being corrected multiple times, Huston continued to refer to Gittes as Gittes, prompting Polanski to eventually incorporate the mispronunciation into the character. The production was marked by a number of heated moments, none more infamous than the fraught relationship between director Roman Polanski and actor Faye Dunaway. The two clashed repeatedly throughout filming. While Dunaway had already developed a reputation for being difficult to work with, she later maintained that she was subjected to intimidation on set and had legitimate grievances. One story out there is that their feud reached a breaking point when Polanski refused her request to use the bathroom during retakes, leading to an incident in which she allegedly threw a cup of urine at him in retaliation. Polanski later characterized Dunaway's behavior as providing what he described as certifiable proof of insanity. Dunaway, for her part, said that Polanski demonstrated what she described as incessant cruelty, and that she could not understand why he repeatedly sought to humiliate her. Polanski also clashed with lead actor Jack Nicholson, including a heated incident in which Polanski smashed Nicholson's portable TV with a mop after Nicholson repeatedly delayed filming to watch Lakers games. In one of the film's most brutal and unsettling scenes, Mulray reveals a secret to Gittes while being repeatedly slapped. The scene was initially played with stage slaps, but the effect was unconvincing. Dunaway urged Nicholson to strike her for real, and although he was reluctant, he eventually complied. The finished film uses the take in which he actually slapped her. Polanski put a distinct personal stamp on the film in several ways. He removed Gittes' narration and restructured the story so that both the detective and the audience uncover the truth simultaneously. Most notably, he dramatically altered the ending. In Robert Towne's original script, Noah Cross died and Evelyn Mulray survived. One of Chinatown's most memorable moments is the nose-cutting scene, which includes a brief cameo by director Roman Polanski as the knife-wielding gangster. In that knife scene, the gangster, played by Polanski, slashes Jake's nose. To achieve the effect safely, a special knife was created specifically for the scene, and it had to be handled with extreme care, as any mistake could have genuinely injured Nicholson. Over time, both the director and star grew tired of explaining how it was done, and began claiming that Nicholson's nose had actually been cut during the scene. Chinatown's screenplay has long been regarded as one of the finest ever written. Penned by Robert Towne, it has built a formidable reputation and has even served as a model for generations of aspiring screenwriters. This was largely due to its prominent use by the respected author Sid Field in his influential book, Screenplay: The Foundations of Screenwriting. The non-fiction work was designed as a step-by-step manual for emerging writers, demonstrating how a simple idea can be developed from its initial concept into a completed script. Screenplay has been widely adopted by film colleges and universities across the world, and has been described as the Bible of the screenwriting craft. The name of Jack Nicholson's character carries a personal connection for the actor. Jake Gittes was partly named by Nicholson himself, who chose the surname as a tribute to his friend, producer Harry Gittes. Screenwriter Robert Towne then completed the character's name by adding the first name and initials. Gittes is not the only protagonist of Chinatown, but also the audience's surrogate, with events seen entirely through his eyes. The private detective appears in every scene, and when he is knocked unconscious, the camera fades out, only fading back in once Jake regains consciousness. The 1970s saw a modest revival of film noir, with Chinatown widely regarded as its high point. The film earned an impressive 11 Academy Award nominations, yet only one resulted in a win, with Robert Towne taking the award for Best Original Screenplay. Chinatown received a sequel in 1990, directed by Jack Nicholson, who also reprised his role as private detective Jake Gittes, in a screenplay once again written by Robert Towne. The Two Jakes was an intriguing continuation, but ultimately failed to live up to the reputation of the original. It proved to be both a critical and commercial disappointment, earning just $10 million against a $25 million budget. As a result, Towne's plans for a third film titled Gittes vs. Gittes were ultimately abandoned. The book, The Big Goodbye, Chinatown and the Last Years of Hollywood, explores how the making of Chinatown symbolized the end of Hollywood's New Hollywood golden era of the 70s. Written by Sam Wasson, the 2020 book delves into the creative clashes, personal relationships, and industry changes surrounding the film's production, highlighting how its success came at a time when studios were beginning to shift away from director-driven storytelling towards the blockbuster-focused model that would dominate Hollywood in the years that followed. Although The Two Jakes was a commercial disappointment, that does not necessarily mark the end of returns to the world of Chinatown, with some projects having been rumoured. In 2019, reports suggested that Town was working with David Fincher on a Netflix prequel series. Also, Ben Affleck has been linked to a project in which he would be writing and directing a film based on The Big Goodbye, the book that chronicled the making of Chinatown. Like most films, even masterpieces aren't flawless, and Chinatown is no exception. A handful of continuity slips can be spotted throughout the film, if you look closely. Here are some of the easy-to-spot ones. When Jake is searching the office, a magnifying glass is clearly visible when the third desk drawer is opened. After a cut to Gittes' face, the camera returns to the drawer and the magnifying glass is suddenly hidden beneath a booklet labelled Alexandria, Los Angeles. In the Orange Grove sequence, Gittes' car has its right front tyre shot and visibly deflated, yet it appears fully inflated again when the vehicle crashes into the tree. Moments later, during Jake's scuffle with the farmland owners, one lens of his sunglasses pops out, yet in the final shot of the scene he's lying on the ground with the glasses completely intact. And there you have it, folks. You now know a little bit more about Chinatown. If you enjoyed the video, which I presume you did as you got this far, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos coming to Rocky Watches Movies. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.